Welcome back, Decepticons! Un here once again for another episode of I Played a Thing, Tecmo's Deception, Invitation to Darkness. Last time we defeated the Castle Master Ardabaran, made a deal with the devil, and became the new master of the Castle of the Damned. So began our roaring rampage of revenge, and so it continues into Chapter 2. Let's begin, shall we? Loading a game takes almost as long as saving one, so we'll scoot through that real quick. Chapter 2, The Trial. Vlad. Now that you are the Castle Master, I'll give you the ability to set traps, build rooms, and warp to points within the castle. When you warp, you will go to that floor's magic power room. I also bestow you with these 5 masks. They will help you to lure your trap victims. But there is much more power to be had if you gain another item. I don't know where the item is, but it will bring you even greater power. Thanks, Astarte. This must be the castle with that magic thingamajig. You mean the legendary treasures of darkness. If you collect all 5 of these unholy items, you can resurrect the devil himself. There's one in this castle. According to this map Henry gave us, it should be in the northwest corner. Make a left out of this hall. Walk to the dead end. Hold it, that'll take you outside. This map is too old. Let's just start exploring. If there are no doors, just break through the wall. How stupid. What are you gonna do? Hire a construction crew? You'll be attacked by monsters before you can even start. I'll just whack 'em. Don't worry. Oh, Jin, you're such a meathead. I'm gonna be kinda sorry to trap you. Jin, let's go. I'm getting a really bad feeling. Maybe it isn't here. I bet the map's a phony. Besides, the demon is still in here somewhere waiting for his chance to be resurrected. And some ghost guy, too. This place gives me the creeps. Now who's being stupid? That's just a legend. Why don't we just find the evil jewel and give it to Dairos? He wouldn't want anything like that. Well, okay, you win. Let's go. Heaven help us. And so we meet our first 2 invaders for Chapter 2, Jin and the interestingly named Scuba. Something that begins in this game, of course, being the first in the series, but continues throughout the Deception series as you get to look at little bios for the invaders. We start off with Jin, the soldier from Junon, who seeks the sounds of magic. Is that some kind of synesthesia? Is he like the fantasy Bachachardo? Bachachardo! And Scuba, the archer. An archer who was reluctantly brought here by Jin. And you can check their stats there as you saw, but the important thing is really just to note whether they're physical or magic types, so you can use the appropriate sort of traps on them. Archers and soldiers are both physical types, so we'll want to use magic type traps on them whenever possible. Now then, now that we have passed the tutorial chapter 1, we can do a lot more things than we previously could. We can place different types of traps, which we'll get to in a moment, but we can also add rooms. Yes, unlike future games in the Deception series, we'll be able to design our castle to some extent, by adding rooms and hallways. In future Deception games, this ability was taken out so that the castles could become more complex terrain-wise and can have interactive features, but I do kinda miss it. Anyway, let's take advantage while we can. For now, we can only add normal rooms. We should be able to add some strategy ones later in the game as that unlocks. But for now, we can add dens, living rooms, dining rooms, or small rooms with no furniture. For starters, though, let's just add a hallway leading off from one of our existing rooms. For hallways, we can add these small ones with 4 potential doors, or 6 potential doors, or these larger ones with 4 potential doors. Since there aren't too many ways out of this door here, I'm going to add one here. Hallways, of course, have to be built onto the wall of an existing room. And you can extend hallways as long as you want, but the longer you make them, the more expensive they'll be, unsurprisingly. Now I'm going to add a room onto that. We'll make it a dining room. You can rotate rooms however you want, by the way. And they can share walls with existing rooms. Actually, let's go ahead and add another room onto that. We'll add a small one. Now we'll add a den onto that. Is that what I want to do? No, we don't like that, do we? Let's make a nice big room. And then we'll tack another hallway onto that to make a nice big loop. Generally speaking, you want to make loops out of your rooms and hallways so that you can move around in circles so that invaders can't chase you into a corner, and you can lure them into whatever traps you have set up along the route. There, that gives us a nice loop to navigate in the upper floor. Let's put one in similar to it on the lower floor. There we can see where Jin and Scuba have entered the map. Alright, this way the door is locked, and we've got another door locked over here. So what we should probably do is build a collection of rooms linking the right and the left. But we have used up a lot of our gold already, so we'll want to be fairly careful about that. Bear with me, I know this takes a little time. You know what, let's just put another hallway linking those areas. Put a dining room here. And then one more hallway. And then we'll have done all the building we need to do for a little while, I think. One nice thing about the narrow hallways is that they make a nice bottleneck for leading people into traps. Alright then, speaking of traps, it's high time we started putting some down. Jenna and Scuba, I don't believe, tend to go up and down the teleporters, so we should be okay just placing traps on the first floor. So let's take a look at what traps we have now that they've opened up a little bit. First of all, we now have access to a few destroy traps. We have the spike, which you put into walls. Most notable about these, besides the fact that they're wall-mounted, is that they have a duration of 2. That means you can use them twice. The other traps we have are the pit, which is a magic-type trap, which would be useful against these physical invaders. They have a duration of 1, and their success rate isn't quite as good, but as you can see, they're a little more powerful. 20 as opposed to the 15 for the spikes. And also the ton weight, which is quite powerful. It's physical type, 1 duration, and the success rate is not quite as good. We will actually not need to use any destroy traps in this chapter because every invader in this chapter is quite weak with respect to HP, so you can just use the capture traps on them right off the bat. As a matter of fact, Scuba is so weak that using a single spike on him will kill him outright, so we'll want to avoid doing that. As for capture traps, what we have to start out with is the copper cage, which is a weaker version of the volt cage. And for our magic capture trap, we have the crane rather. The crane is pretty good against physical guys, so that's what we're going to want to use against both Jen and Scuba, both of them being physical type invaders. So let's go ahead and put some cranes around. I like putting my traps on the other side of doors. That makes it nice and easy to funnel people into them. As I've said before, I'm not a very efficient player in this game. I tend to spam traps around and then just accept whatever I get back for the trap repayment at the end of the chapter. But I tend to use a lot of soul ripping to get my MP back, whereas a lot of people will take the gold according to guides, so I think we'll be just fine. Now we can proceed into the level, but there is one more thing I want to show you before we get started. And that is the masks that Astarte told us about. We have 5 masks: the Help Cry, Nice Laugh, Mean Laugh, Death Cry, and the Howl. These can be used to attract or repel invaders. They'll either run towards you or away from you depending on how they react to a particular mask. We start out with the Help Cry, which will lure caring men. So heroic types will hear a woman scream for help, and they'll come running. Whereas the more cowardly types will hear, "Oh, someone needs help, I better get the fuck out of here." These are divided by type of invader. So for example, archers will run away from the Help Cry, so Scuba will be like, "Get the fuck out of here," but Jin, I believe, will come toward the Help Cry. The Nice Laugh will lure the curious. That's typically people who want to explore. I believe Scuba, being an archer, will come toward the Nice Laugh. I'm not sure how the soldier will respond to this. The Nice Laugh is a really good butter and bread mask for attracting people. I think it attracts the most invader types out of any mask. The Mean Laugh lures the vengeful, people who are mainly out to kill the Castle Master. The Death Cry makes a coward flee, pretty self-explanatory. And the Howl will repel the passive. I'm not sure exactly what the passive means in the context of invaders, but oddly enough, there are a few types of invaders who will actually be attracted to the Death Cry and the Howl. They're kind of weird, I suppose. As you can see, each mask requires a certain amount of MP to use. The real downside to that is they don't require much MP per use, but their effects don't last very long. The invader will only run toward you or away from you for a few seconds before resuming their normal AI path, so you may have to use it several times in a row to get the desired effect. But enough of that, let's get down to business. The business of killing. Okay, let's see where our invaders are so I don't run right into them as soon as I go downstairs. You know what, I'm going to take the other stairway down. Yeah, let's just go through the hidden door here, and head for the other one. As I mentioned in episode 1, I will be frequently checking the map both to orient myself and to see where the invaders are. Oh, one thing I should mention is that one of the most dangerous things in this game is capturing someone and having the other invader move up on you. While you're capturing one invader, the other can hack you to pieces at their leisure. So you want to make sure your invaders are good and separated while you capture one of them. Let's turn around this way. And if I head a little to the south here, I should be able to get one of their attention. Which way is he going? Is he headed forward? Okay, he's headed the other way. Something on the floor here. An amulet. I do not recall what that does offhand. Let's find out. Whoa, gained lots of MP. MP never goes bad, so might as well use it right away. Now then. Oh, that's not the kind of map I want. I don't know whether that's Jin or Scuba I'm looking at right there. Let's see if we can get his attention. Ah, it's Jin. Is Scuba anywhere nearby? No. Who are you? Get out of our way! You must be the ghost! I'll get you! Okay. Oh. He lost interest rather quickly, didn't he? No, he's still headed in this direction. That's a plus. If I can just get him to follow me. Get him under the crane. Hey! We're just looking for some treasure. It has nothing to do with you. Oh, Jin, you lovable doofus. And we got his tiara. Some free herb, too. Well, he's worth a very small amount of money, so we'll definitely want the soul this time. Besides, we should be able to sell off that tiara for a decent sum. Now, where is Scuba? He's coming up the middle, so we should meet him halfway. Oh, he's coming right up the middle. Okay, looks like he's headed... Oh, holy shit! He surprised the hell out of me. Just what are you doing? Are you a ghost? Stay away from me! Archers are very weak, both attack and defense-wise. He hasn't actually managed to do any damage to me yet. However, I think their arrows can potentially poison. Get over here, get under the crane. What do you want? You don't mean me! Ah! Just let me go! I felt bad about capturing Jin because he's such a lovable doofus. I feel bad about capturing Scuba because he's so plainly panic-stricken. But we did get an herb and some antidote, which, as you might expect, cures poison. We'll get the MP once again, and we got a level up. Get some stat gains. And we get a new trap, our first Confuse Trap. Confuse traps, as you might expect, cause invaders to stumble around for a while. They don't do any damage, I don't believe. They're mainly useful to keep one invader stunned while you capture another. I don't tend to use them very much, but I'll try and get people with them at least once or twice to show them off. Oh my gosh, they didn't really go in there. Jin? Jin, where are you? Can you hear me? Jin and Scuba did mention a Dairos that they were looking to report into. And here he is, the military leader of Junon, strong yet loved by many. I didn't check Jin's HP, but I believe Dairos is a little tougher than him. Still, low enough on HP that we should not need to use a destroy trap. We should be able to get him with a crane and nothing else. And we've still got quite a few cranes placed here and there. We'll put one more over here, just to have one on this side of the castle. Other than that, I think we've still got enough scattered about to catch Dairos in one of them. Oh, you know what? I should have placed a confusing fog. I'll do that next round. Dairos is in the main hallway, of course. That's where most people come in. Looks like he's probably headed for the other side there. Oh, nope, he's headed up the middle. Or headed up one wall. The AI, being a sort of simple maze solver, tends to use a lot of wall following in its pathing. Will he come through the double doors here? I think he might. Come on, Dairos. There you are. Good boy. Excuse me, do you live here? Wait. That's Jin's crown. Where is he? What have you done with him? This, as a matter of fact. What are you doing to me? Cut it out! Three, two, one. It was a near thing, but a little jamming on the X button, and we got him. More free herb, always appreciated. And a nectar, which is the next level of curative item. Once again, the soul worth a good amount more than the gold, so we will take that MP. We spent quite a bit of gold with our renovation, but for now the MP is more valuable. We'll probably find an invader worth some more gold in the near future, and we may take it then. This must be the castle Henry mentioned. This place is loaded with treasures. Let's go! ... Look, Mr. Talkative, just stay out of trouble, okay? ... Have it your way. And our next set of invaders are a pair of pirates, Dan and Madamia. Dan is the partner of Madamia, of course, and was hired by Henry to gather treasure. We'll see how that works out for him. Madamia, meanwhile, is a man of few words and opens his mouth only to eat. There's Dazing Fog, our first confused trap. I'll place a few of those around. As you might have guessed from the cutscene, and can definitely tell from where he's standing now, Madamia just picked the lock on this side of the entrance hallway, so we can now move through this door. The only one that's still locked on this floor is this door right here. We'll be able to get through that eventually, I think, but not right now. Let's see, where should I place some confused fogs? We'll put one right here where I'm standing. And one over here. Hopefully I can get one of them to blunder into it. Maybe one more over here. That'll do nicely. And so we shall begin. These guys are still physical invaders, so we'll continue using cranes. Alright. They've both moved into the entrance hallway, so we'll see if they're both going to move into... Nope, Madamia, I think, went right back the way he was going. So we'll see if Dan, or maybe they switched places. We'll see if one of them's going to move up this way. Looks that way. That, I think, is Madamia. ... indeed. And he is now confused. Just going to stand there looking stupid. So I will take the opportunity to get out of here and find another place to get my trap ready. I think he's now coming this way. Yes, it does appear that he is. And he's continuing to stumble around a bit. He's moving again, but is not quite back up to his old self. Dan, on the other hand, is coming this way. Oh! Pirates have a little bit of dodging ability to them. And with both of them now in the same place, I'll want to get out of here. There's another of my dazing fogs. See if I can get one of them caught in that. Okay, I'm not real happy about the possibility of going south from here, because that'll mean I'll get stuck. Now it seems like a good idea to use that other ability Astarte talked about in the intro to this level, the ability to warp. The downside to warping is that it costs 200 MP, but sometimes you just gotta. Now, where is the power room on this floor? Ah, the other side. Very good. When it's a question of saving your ass, 200 MP can be a bargain. Now, I've used a bunch of my dazing fogs, so everything that's left should be a crane, with the possible exception of one of these traps over there I think might have still been a dazing fog, but the remaining traps I think I should be able to lure these two into one or the other of them. I can use some masks if I need to. I think pirates will be susceptible to a nice laugh because they are curious types, seeking treasure and what have you. Okay, it looks like one of them is going along the top. So I'll see if I can get them to come into this crane over here without both of them stacking up on me again, hopefully. Aha! Madamia again. Shit. Okay. Still following. This is just a dazing fog, but we might as well use it. Oh, he's turned and gone the other way anyhow. At this point, I've kind of used up most of my cranes. Let me get this dazing fog out of the way so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. You've seen the way it works after all. I think everything I have left should be a crane. Uh-oh. One of them's headed my way. Will I have enough time to pop into the power room? I don't know, but I'll give it a try. You bet I want to set a trap. I happen to know that the next invader we're going to get after we finish up with the pirate, or with the pirates, is going to be a magic-type invader that we'll need to use copper cages on, so I'm going to place just a few cranes this time. Place one here, and let's see, one here. I'm gonna have to really haul ass here. Oh, hi, Dad. Watch it. Here comes the master of the castle. Yep, that's me. That time it worked. No dodging for you, Dan. No! We're gonna die before we even get to see one treasure! Plenty of time for our crane to take effect there. And more antidote. And we have not yet taken a single point of damage. He's worth very little gold, so it is. Getting us back over the 30k mark. Very nice. And where is Madamia? Oh, he's coming along the same way. Maybe if I stand where I am, he'll turn up this way and see me. Yep. Hey, buddy. Maybe, just maybe, I can get him in the crane here, if he continues moving this direction. Man, Madamia is slick. Yep, just keep coming this way. Got another crane for you over here. Still coming, still coming. Gotcha that time. Go ahead and kill me. You won't get a word out of me. See, it's funny because he doesn't talk normally. Just like his buddy, he doesn't have much cash, so once again, we'll take the soul. This gives me the creeps. Castle of the Damned. I wonder who named it so. The name alone is reason not to go in, but Henry'll be mad if I don't. Well, I'll just go in, get the stuff, and get out. And our latest invader is Saizo, the ninja. Sent by Henry to survey the castle, he wants to return. As you can see, he has good physical evasion, but his magic stats are a little lower. So we will want to be using our copper cages this time around. Ninjas are a real pain in the ass. They move quickly, they attack quickly, and they also move silently, so you can't hear them tromping around the castle the way you can with other guys. You can still hear them opening and closing doors, but you really need to keep an eye on your map to tell where they are. Alright, let's strategize. Once again, we have an invader with few hit points, so we don't really need to use any destruction traps. Let's go ahead and wipe out this crane. Put a copper cage in its place. Same over here. Same over here. Put another one here. Another one here. One here. And we'll take care of this corner with one right where I'm standing now. Seems like a lot of traps for one invader, but ninjas are quite fast and quite evasive, so we'll want to play it safe. In fact, let's play it really safe and drop one more over here. We're doing good on MP, so why not? You see what I mean, though, about my very spammy tendencies when it comes to traps? Alright, Saizo, which way are you going? Ah, you're headed to the east. Okay, we can deal with that. If we're fast, we might be able to catch up with him and get him into the trap on this side. Yep, looks like that's where he's going. Hi, Saizo. Ho ho ho! First try! Amazing! This castle chills me to the bone. Why must I do this? Because you're a sucker for Henry. How'd that work out for you? Praise Jah, more herb. His soul, again, is worth a good bit more than his pocketbook, so... yoink! Ah, and here's Henry, the big shot.
What's going on? No one seems to be returning. Perhaps there's no evil treasure here. Or perhaps they have been killed.
Henry is a merchant, just like Daniel from the first chapter. A traveling salesman who will pay heavily for what he wants. Unlike Daniel, Henry will start out hostile and stay that way, although for whatever reason that does not stop us from transacting with him, and we'll want to do that so we can sell off Jin's tiara. We are right back to dealing with a physical invader once again, so we can clean up all of those cages that I ended up not needing because I got Saizo on the first try, much to my surprise. It's a whole hell of a lot of copper cages I didn't need. But if it means not being stabbed by a ninja and running around the castle all day, I'll take it. MP is very easy come and easy go. And though I'm bound to end up with some significant numbers of unused traps after Henry, unless he's very evasive, I'll still get some back for them at the end of the mission, so I'm okay with that. Alright, Hank, which way you headed? Oh, headed the same way, are you? And I didn't think to put a trap here again. Oh well, we'll head north and maybe he'll come this way and take the same pathway I'm taking now. I've got a crane just waiting for him if he does. I'll just bide my time here for a moment, see if he continues along this path. Oh, you know what, but I want to buy and sell from him a little before I capture him. Can't forget about that tiara. Hi, Henry.
Who are you? You look angry. Why? Okay, I'm going. Not!
And that is how merchants attack. They throw cookware at you. But as you can see, you can walk up to them and buy and sell as if nothing was wrong. This is a weird, weird game. And that tiara is worth some pretty good money. And our gold is now back up into the 5 digits. Lovely. We took a hit to the face trying to get that taken care of, and it looks like we're about to take another hit to the face, but we only took 1 damage from it, and we'll probably only take 1 damage from this, so whatever. What have you got for sale? Nothing I really need. In the future, we're probably going to need to buy some block orbs, but that's not until we're able to create monsters, and that's going to be a little while yet. Bonk! Alright, Henry. Come right this way, sir.
Please! Don't! Let me go! I'll ask my merchant friend to bring you a nice item. Although I don't have any merchant friend. This guy looks gullible. So, how about it? You can get a valuable item.
I will get a valuable item. You. Just barely made it, but we made it. The save point, I have no idea what this item does. I've never figured out any use for it. But we do get nectar, and yay for that. Now, Henry's soul is not nearly as valuable as his earthly belongings, so this time we're actually going to take the gold. I think that's going to be my strategy moving forward. Simply take what's most valuable and what I need the most. How would you like to hunt people and collect their bodies? If you wish, I'll entice them for you. Let me know when you wish to do so. And now we get our end of chapter report. We captured everyone. 7 invaders, all capture bonus, pretty substantial. Took us a while, but there were so many invaders, we still get a good clear time bonus. Percentage bonus, not that great, but good enough. 2 HP, not too bad for a damage point bonus. And we get a little back for our unused traps. For very nearly a 5-digit MP bonus. Pretty sweet. I think I will save. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the second memory card this time, just in case something goes wrong. Alright, it looks like we've already done about 45 minutes here. That was a pretty long chapter, but I'd like to do a little more before we suspend for the day. As Astarte mentioned, we can do a little more body collecting. This is primarily useful after you've gotten the ability to create monsters, but we can do it for XP and treasure. That never hurts. We can choose which kind of invaders we want to summon for body collecting, and if we choose certain combinations of invaders, then we can have them bring along other new types. So let's see, I've got notes on this here. What can we bring along? If we bring along a soldier and an archer... Whoops. If we bring along a soldier and an archer, we can get a cavalier, which is like the upgraded version of a soldier. That should be pretty manageable. We'll just leave it at 3 invaders for now. Let's see how many we could get in total. I think it's 6. Yeah. But we'll leave it at 3 for now. The cavalier, being just an upgraded soldier, shouldn't be too much to deal with at this point in the game. Stanley the soldier. Terra the archer. And a new invader is here, Apiton the cavalier. The invader lord with soldier and archer. These are all physical types, so we can just use cranes. That's going to be handy. I'm not sure how tough they are. We might have to use some destroy traps. Oh, interesting. One of them's on the upper floor. And it's the cavalier. Alright, Apiton. He's got a pretty good amount of HP. So, yeah, well, 30 and 48 speed and power. How does that compare to these guys? Not a hell of a lot more. They're level 9 and 16, wow. He is also level 16. Alright, so... we'll want to place some spikes. Just in case we need to wear these guys down HP-wise. Put those in the hall where they're going to be difficult to avoid. And I'll place some cranes in my usual style behind doors. Let's try some pit traps as well. And we'll put a couple cranes down here. And then we'll see how things go from there forward. Alright, wish me luck. Alright. Our most immediate concern is going to be Apiton, and it looks like he's headed in the other direction. At least for the moment. Invaders can move between floors, but in my experience, it's fairly rare for them to actually do so. Did Apiton turn around? No, he's... oh wait, yeah, he did turn around. So he might actually come this way. Yep, I hear him coming. Yep, I think he might be headed my way. Looks like he's going to circumnavigate the room there. I don't think he'll go into the strategy room, although it's possible. He'll probably go around the perimeter of the room, then come through here. Oh, he is going into the strategy room. That's somewhat unusual. Makes quite a lot of noise, that Apiton. Clunkety clunkety. You do tend to spend some time in Deception playing the waiting game. In future episodes, I may end up editing a fair amount of that out if it gets excessive. Alright, Abaton, I want you over this way. This way, my friend. Looks like you might be doing it. Yep. Alright, just in front of my spike there, friend. Okay, a little bit stunned, a little bit groggy, a little bit prey for another spike. And I missed. Let's hustle into the crane room. See if we've done enough damage to capture him. I'm thinking probably not, but we'll give it a try. Oh shit. Well, we've got another crane here, and he'll probably head this way. If he doesn't, I can always use a mask. He's being so helpful in coming in useful directions for me. Two, one. Oh, I almost had him. And I've got another crane right behind the door here, if you'll just follow me a little bit longer. I want to get the capture, so I'm not going to use those spikes on him. Oh, shit. Oh, I got him. I thought I was early there. 2, 1... Shit! And he got me. Oh, and he did some damage, too. Holy shit. Wrong way. Okay, on the other side of the entrance hall, I've got one more crane here. If Apiton would kindly follow me. God damn, he did some damage. Hey, bro. Right over here. Note to self, really jam on that button this time. Go, 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 go! Right around now in my live commentary, Audacity shit the bed, so we're going to be post-commentary from here forward, but as you can see, I did eventually capture Apiton successfully, and I should note that unsuccessful capture attempts do gradually weaken the invaders, so even if you don't get their bar all the way down, you do achieve something with the attempt. And I got a level up. And that level up came with another new trap, the bear trap. The bear trap is not well suited to any of the other invaders I'm dealing with here because they're physical invaders, and the bear trap is another physical capture trap, but I'm going to give it a try and see if I can get any use out of it anyway. Oh, and another of the invaders came up to the second floor. Here is our latest capture trap, the bear trap. The most interesting thing about it at this point in the game is that it has a duration of 2, meaning it can be used twice, whereas our other capture traps so far have been 1 use a pop. The trade-off is that its hold second stat is pretty small. The crane has a 4, and that 3 is only half as much as the copper cage, which is our other physical capture trap. So it can be useful against magic types, especially when they don't have as many hit points, but you kinda have to weigh that hold seconds versus the advantage of having it be used twice. All in all, it's not very well suited to our current purposes, but I'm still gonna throw a few around. They don't really work out for me, as you'll soon see, but we'll get them to show off their benefit eventually. Just gonna splatter lots of them all around the usual doorway bottlenecks that I tend to prefer for capture traps. And let's see who's knocking at my door. Ah, it's Tara the Archer. Looks like he might be coming my way right away. And there he is. He immediately gets away from my first bear trap. We can see that he is a runner. Members of some classes can either run or they can, and wow, he's fast. Soldiers and archers in particular, it's anyone's guess whether any given one is going to be able to run at you or only walk. The ones that can run, as you might expect, are a far bigger pain in the ass. Not only because they can close in on you really quickly, but it also makes it harder to get the trap timing right for them. Now he's gone and turned around on me. That means we get to laugh at him. Did that attract him? I think it did. Yeah, that seems to be working. Yeah, the bear trap really not very well suited to the purpose of capturing a fast-moving physical guy. Come on, Tara. You navigate that table. You can do it. Now, how come you can have so much trouble getting around a table, but you can just no-sell my bear traps like they're nothing? At least he doesn't seem to be very quick on the draw. Man, even my spikes won't get him. Holy shit, we got a Matrix character here. Man, I'm really blowing through my bear traps here. Well, not really blowing through them, because I'm only using them once at this point, and I do get another charge for them. But yeah, things are not looking auspicious for the whole bear trap against physical invader approach. Shall I keep doing the thing I've been doing and not succeeding with? Hoping that further attempts will somehow produce different results? That seems like an excellent idea. I think I'll do that. Hey, Tara. Hey, Tara. Check out my shiny new bear trap. Damn it! You know, I hate to remind you of the fact, but you do have a crossbow. You're allowed to try and shoot me. But I mean, if you really don't want to, that's okay. But you know, if you're just gonna jump over all my bear traps, then I guess that's a fair trade-off for your not being able to actually use your projectile weapon. I think it's about time to declare the bear trap experiment a failure. Let's take a different approach to this whole thing here. Pit traps, that's the ticket. Pit traps actually are a magic type, so they should be much more effective in dealing out damage. And I think doing a little damage before we try to put a crane on top of Terra's head would be a very good idea. Even after we did some damage to Apiton, it was still kind of difficult to catch him with a crane, so since Terra's of a similar strength, being summoned in the same body collection, it's safe to assume things will be similar with him. Alright, Terra, you don't like me, and I don't like your tendency to dodge everything I throw at you, but we gotta end this one way or another. Let's try that again. Hey, there we go. And I love the way his damage number just flies out of the pit. Cute little touch there. Hey, I've still got a bear trap kicking around. How much do you want to bet that's gonna work? Get over here. God damn it, Bear Trap, go to your room. Ah, Crane, you never let me down. Well, only occasionally. I also kinda like the touch that the nice laugh is the same laugh that Astarte does all the time. Oh, man. I looked at Terra's stats, his dodges weren't that impressive in the numbers. I guess you can't always trust the tail of the tape, huh? Okay, I've got one crane left. If I have to lay down another round of traps for this jerk, I am going to be most unhappy. Almost here. Oh, you're shitting me. Alright, fine. Back to the strat room. Alright, Crane, I'm sorry I benched you for the bear traps for a while there. You know you're the MVP. Now that I'm putting you back on the field, though, I am expecting results. This guy's very agile, very limber, you may have noticed, so you get out there, get in the zone, and get me some captures. Like that! Beautiful! Oh, Tara, your soul was particularly delicious. Now then, it appears Stanley is still on the first floor. That's helpful because I already put traps there. However, I had forgotten that I put traps there, so I headed into the power room anyway. I was about to lay down some pits, but, oh shit, I already did. Never mind. Well then, let's hope Stanley is a lot easier to deal with than Tara was. Spoiler, he will be. Okay, he's over there in the western section, so I'll need to, get over there and do a little luring. Work our way around to where the pits and cranes are. Got a lot of them in the northwest, so that'll be a good place to face off with them. It appears Stanley does not like the help cry. Bit of a chicken he is. How about the nice laugh? Nope, he doesn't like the nice laugh either. There is some variation from individual to individual. Usually within the same class, the same kind of masks will work, but it is not 100% guaranteed. Every now and again you'll have a weird individual who does not follow the rules of his particular class of invader. While there is something to be said for in-game consistency, I kinda like that little touch of unpredictability. Keeps you on your toes, you know? How about the mean laugh? Does he like the mean laugh? I think he did get a little closer there. Yeah, Stan's out for blood. He wants my head. Well, you just come and get it, buddy. Ah, screw it. I'm just gonna go get his attention the classic way. Get up in his grill. And I am immediately delighted to discover Stan does not have the ability to run. He will just slowly saunter his way toward me, and I have all the time in the world to get my trap timing right. Come on, Stan. Come on, Stanley. Plop. Alright, that's his HP cut in roughly half. One crane ought to do it from here. Let him get his head together so he starts following me again. Lead him over to this here crane, and that should be the end of it. One in the box, ready to go. We be fast and he be slow. Well, that took a disgusting amount of time. I wanted to show one body collection in its entirety. Unfortunately, it ended up being a very comedy of errors type one. In the future, I'm going to edit these down to the highlights. Since they have no relevance to the plot whatsoever and don't have any dialogue or anything like that, you won't really be missing much if I just edit them so they only show things like new monsters, new invader types, any funny things that happen, stuff like that. So don't worry, we won't have any plot-irrelevant marathons like this in the future. Now then, thanks to what we'll call the Terra incident, this episode has run well over the 1 hour mark, but because I don't have an opportunity to save first, we're gonna go ahead and cover the intro to the next chapter before we call it a day. Chapter 3, Soul's Essence.
If we can just get the master of the castle, the king will give us a huge reward.
Yes, then our daughter can get the operation she desperately needs.
Yes, we must get him at any cost. We'll cover the first floor. Jack will take care of the second.
I hope he'll be fine by himself.
Not to worry.
Yes, you're right.
Ready? Let's go!
Oh boy. Chapter 2 was a fairly gentle introduction to non-tutorial gameplay. Though there were several waves of invaders, they were all very basic. Several soldiers, an archer, a few pirates, a ninja, and a merchant. Chapter 3 is Deception deciding we're ready to sit at the big kids table and locking us in with a trio of much more dangerous invader types. For starters, we have Grand, the Fate Maker. A world traveler. He came for money to save his child. Fate Makers are abysmally slow, but as you'd expect looking at that hammer, they will smack the mortal shit out of you. Probably not a one-shot, but almost definitely a two. Then we have Lou. Taken with worry for her daughter, she cannot sleep. Gem Guards are our first proper spellcaster type. They're not very hardy, but they can shoot magic at you, and if I remember rightly, they're rather more trigger-happy than the other projectile users we've met so far. Finally, Jack the Hunter. Grant's true friend. Hunters, like Ninja, move and attack very swiftly. They're a physical type and don't move silently, but I seem to recall them hitting a good deal harder than Ninja, and generally pissing me off a lot. So yeah, depending on the whims of invader pathing and trap evasion, these three could prove a handful. Nevertheless, next episode, we will attempt to orphan a sick child. Tecmo's Deception, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, I thank you very much for watching. I remain Un, and I hope to see you then. Take care. Today's improbably dexterous crossbowman has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J, Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnite, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jarogue, Martin Schoenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, Electric Keat, McCaffrey Crandall, and other masters of the Patron Castle. Thank you all very, very much, and thank you everyone commenting, subscribing, and just quietly watching. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm glad you enjoy our time together. I know I do. Until next time, dear viewers, be good to you, and may your week be kind. I'll see you soon.